Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into the show that's on in the afternoon. Hope you guys are all doing very, very well. Davey, I've done vocal training throughout the day to try and get ready to hopefully be able to speak through this entire show.
Which means gargling salt water and Listerine?
Oh, shoot. Is that what I should have done? Yeah. No, I pretty much just yelled all day long. You think that's going to help?
That'll probably shake it up. Yeah, that'll be nice.
All right. There you go. All right. Hey, it's going to be a good show today to end the week. We've got Roger Smith in studio from the St. Augustine Historical Society. Always a lot going on with them. So we are going to check back in with him, see what's new, see what's exciting, and see what you can get in on coming up here. And, of course, we'll have your events, your horoscopes, and all the stuff we do out here on this afternoon show. Happy you guys are out here with us. And let's get right into it. Before we do, celebrating 75 years in St. Augustine in Northeast Florida, it's Bozard Ford Lincoln. They're here for you. You can experience their extensive selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, quick and quality servicing, and their amazing parts and accessories shop. Look at that, parts and accessories shop.
Amazing.
They offer services from home delivery to company fleet servicing. At Bozard Ford Lincoln, your family is their family, and they're driven to inspire. My vocal warm-ups didn't work today, Davey. I'm going to lean on you for the Bailey Group.
All right. The Bailey Group is St. Augustine's heart. The Bailey Group plays its part, a cherished institution, a gem from the start. Mark, as president, took the reins, a trusted relay, transforms an agency into a force, a St. Augustine display. More than insurance benefits and financial grace, the Bailey Group innovates, serving every place. Personalized service, all with a local touch, their commitment shines, and it means so much. Largest in Northeast Florida, a well-earned claim. They're not slowing down, they're rising to fame. Beyond benefits to families they extend, health and finance across the state they defend. A health promotion team, a tale to unfold, creating wellness stories, turning silver to gold. Feeling inspired yet full of zest? Well, give them a call, 904-461-1800. Put their expertise to the test. We love you guys over at the Bailey Group.
Wow, did you ask ChatGPT to make a rhyming ad read?
Actually, that is an organic ad read that I wrote myself, so thank you very little.
That's very impressive, sir. Very impressive.
When you are out, we usually rhyme our ads. It's fun.
Well, then I'm gonna ask you to do Amara and see what kind of rhyming we have here for this one.
Well, are you ready for a fabulous retreat? A beauty feat, Amara Med Spa with fierce meets sweet. Pampering extravaganza, a menu to adore. Hydrofacials, Botox galore. Dermal fillers, laser enhancement. Picture perfect like a beauty enhancement. High-tech paradise, gadgets in flight. Top-tier care, results pure and bright. Experts so friendly, crafting your plan. Amara's touch, beauty in your span. Chill vibes where relaxation takes flight. Float on clouds like pure delight. No hesitation, the spa's dream in sight. Amara Med Spa, redefine and ignite. Go to theamaramedspa.com and check out their specials on Instagram. I know they have $100 off their lip enhancement treatment, as well as a free gift with purchase.
Wow. Very good.
Thank you very much.
Very impressive, sir. Wow. Well, Roger, you got to top that. I hope you're ready to rhyme this entire interview, sir.
I don't know that I'm ready to rhyme, but I do have a formula for your throat.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I figured out one time I was home, had a sore throat like I do now. And I think, man, if I just had some Listerine, and I hate the hot, salty water. And I thought, you know what? I have Irish whiskey.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't make you get over the cold, but it helps your throat.
Yeah.
And you don't care that you're sick.
No.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay.
It's a forget about it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if I'm just sloshed by the time this show is over, you guys will all know why.
We've done our job.
Yeah, totally.
Roger Smith, everybody from the St. Augustine Historical Society. Welcome in,
Thank you.
Roger.
Thank you.
You guys got some big stuff coming up here.
We do.
Historical Society. Let's start with the School of the 16th Century.
The School of the 16th Century. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I cut in too soon?
No, you're good.
Okay. The School of the 16th Century is one of my favorite events that we do all year. There are some dedicated people in this city who put in thousands of dollars into, and don't ever call it a costume. It is their kit. It is their attire.
Yeah.
And
it's a culture, man.
Oh,
yeah.
It is. And woe be unto the person who shows up with a flintlock that is fake.
Yeah.
It better be able to shoot. That kind of a thing. And but what they do is it's all sponsored through Florida or Historic Florida Militia, and they set up an encampment on the property there at the Historical Society. And so that you can understand how they made rope back then, how they made the saltpeter and everything that made the gunpowder. They have people coming in. Father, oh gosh, one of my best friends, and his name escapes me. Don't you hate that?
Well, it's his best friend. That's all. Under.
Father Medina. Father Medina.
Hey, Father.
Yes, he comes up.
Bless yourself
and
on that one.
He dresses in 16th century Catholic missionary attire and explains to people the mission of the church. And there they have people do sword fighting drills, pipe drills, antique weaponry, cannons, the arquebus. I mean, they go all out, and they'll come down they'll set up on Thursday night, and then they'll be out all day on Friday. On Saturday, we call it donations greatly appreciated.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, so it's wide open on Saturday. Come on in and enjoy the encampment. And it's very, very educational, and you don't realize you've learned something because you're having so much fun.
So, quick question: like, how do they train for something like this? Is this something like they actually practice for?
Oh, they do.
Okay,
they do.
What does that look like?
You know what? It looks like a movie.
Oh, okay.
Where they're going through their steps. They're choreographing these sword fighting routines. The pike drills. You've got these long pikes, like 12 feet long with real metal tips, and it's like, oh, they're just clacking them against each other. Well, yeah, because they're not trying to harpoon anybody. They're dangerous weapons.
Yeah.
And these guys really, really put a lot of time into it. If I remember correctly, the two most regarded of the sword fighters that we have, they're very involved in the movie industry and things like that. They're not people you'd recognize. One comes over, I believe, from Gainesville, and they participate in these. And it's just really something else.
That's awesome. That's really cool. And I like how everyone rallies around it too. It's a memorable, because you guys do this every year. Am I saying that right? Okay.
Yes, we do this every year. And if you see somebody on the street or in at the Castillo or someplace like this, and they're dressed out in 16th, 17th, 18th century attire, they paid for that themselves.
Wow.
And they work together themselves. The Castillo has done a marvelous job of bringing in these volunteers who dress all out like this, fire the cannons for the folks, and things like that. The Fountain of Youth does a wonderful job with people doing cannon demonstrations. The old arquebus demonstration, with kind of the precursor to the musket. They do a great job out there with that kind of thing too. So it's all over town.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So are they locals or they travel here?
For the most part, they're going to be locals. But then you have the bigger events. Sometimes School of the 16th Century draws in from other parts of the state. Then you'll have like Drake's Raid in May during the History Festival.
Okay.
People come from all over.
Yeah.
When they do the...
My dad used to love this stuff. Like, he took me to Gettysburg, like, as a kid, and I remember, like, how serious people take this.
Oh, my
It's
gosh.
an absolute, like, theatrical performance.
Yeah. But, with some of these guys, God forbid you have a hand store-bought thread.
Oh, man.
And
you're going in the back.
they're going to come cut your stitches. But the Colonial Night Watch that we do every December, the first week in December, people come from as far away as Virginia. to participate and represent and things like that. So it's it's St. Augustine is quite the magnet for serious reenactments, and it's wonderful. Bob and Rhea Alvarez, they are the heart and soul.
Yeah,
and the PBS documentary we did a couple of years ago. Everybody you see in those scenes who is dressed out, it's either their own stuff or Bob and Rhea put it together for them.
Oh, wow.
They have a basement that looks like a Hollywood,
cool.
casting room, clothing room, the costumes and with the real guns. And if Rhea doesn't have it, she'll make it for you.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. How much passion people put in things like that.
So much.
Hey, speaking about passion, can you talk about what's going on in the oldest house? I heard the Winter Colony is a new exhibit.
The Winter Colony is going up. It's an exhibit in the upstairs of the Tovar House.
Okay.
And for a long time, there was a Marine Land exhibit up there. And this year, they're focusing on basically the first snowbirds and people coming down during the Gilded Age and what they wore. And we got into this idea because there was a Union general named Martin Hardin, and he and his wife and sister would come down every winter. After he retired, he became a lawyer in Chicago, and they came to St. Augustine every winter and rented that Tovar house. And they would have a big gala there once a year. Sometimes one thing that I read, it was obviously a Mardi Gras party, and that kind of thing. And so what they're doing this year is they're having a fundraiser. They're calling it the Hardin Soiree.
Oh, nice.
And it's going to be a fundraiser not only for the society, but then also introduce people officially to the new exhibit at the Tovar House. And
will people be in period dress there for that too, or is this more of like just a gala modern day?
I think it's more of a black tie kind of a thing. People like me would come dressed as a Union general or something, but that's just me.
That's awesome. What was the St. Augustine Golden Age of Souvenirs? What does that exhibit look like?
That's the same. It's the same idea. We have
everything's going to tie in.
Yeah, everything's going to tie in. We have a collections room that it's hard to describe unless you walk through it.
Yeah,
and it's just things. When the Historical Society back from 1914 to 1932 or 33, they actually owned the concessions at the Castillo. So if you took a tour, if you bought something from the gift shop, that was all funded by the Historical Society, and they got the proceeds. Mm-hmm. And as a result, that's why the Historical Society owns all of these historical properties around town, because they did very well. Well, sometimes when you go down and buy a historic house, you get everything in it.
Yeah, right.
And so they've got some things what
do they do? Do they put it in like a temperature-controlled environment?
That's right.
Oh, they do?
That's right.
Okay.
It's in the upstairs. Well, maybe I shouldn't give away what
You're good.
It's in Kansas, I swear.
But that's cool that they preserve everything in the way they need to be. We learned that too from the lighthouse. They also have their own like preservation area. They took that big boat on King Street and kind of broke it apart and put it in there so the wood doesn't, disintegrate.
Right.
So those are the kind of factors of things that you guys they're looking into.
Yeah, I walked in and first thing I saw one time was a suit of armor. And I'm like, I don't even want to know. There's awesome. A great story here.
So when the archaeologists in town, when they find things like that, do they also consult with you guys too?
Well, the archaeology, city archaeology department here is really, they're phenomenal.
They're a gem, yeah.
I mean, you can't bury a dead goldfish in this town without calling the archaeology department to come out and make sure you're not ruining something.
Right.
And they have...
I love them, though.
Oh, gosh. They have experts down there and volunteers that are experts that they teach us things. And there are things that they want to keep, they want to display. Some of it has been donated to the University of Florida. Some of the artifacts from the Fountain of Youth and found anywhere around town are in storage at the University of Florida. And so the city they don't necessarily have to come to us. We do have one gentleman on staff, Charles Tingley, and Charles is. If it happened in St. Augustine, he'll tell you about it. He knows about it. He knows this city. And he's consulted quite often on just what would be we found this in, underneath Spanish Street. What would be the story behind this? Why is this here? Yeah. And Charles can fill in those gaps and take care. He is the most valuable resource the society has.
He's like a walking St. Augustine encyclopedia.
He is.
That's great. Hey, Pete, when was the last time you went to the oldest house?
Good question. It's been a while, man.
I know. I need to reset. Remember they have all those cool maps that you liked last time.
I know. I need to go back in and replenish my map supply.
Yeah, your collection there.
Yeah.
I tell people when they go into the map room, look for the big buffalo.
Oh, the big buffalo.
Yes, there's a map drawn by the French in 1656.
Oh.
And it's showing Florida. And Florida it's written right across the map. The border goes all the way to the Canadian border. It goes as far west as New Mexico and Arizona.
Really?
It's
huge.
But when you follow the tracings of the rivers that make up the borders, it looks like a big buffalo.
That's awesome.
And when you get down to Pensacola, it's very clearly a boy buffalo.
It'll be very clearly. Yes, there's a kickstand. Very nice.
So is that one of the newer exhibits that's out there? I hear you guys got some new exhibits out there, right?
Well, that one has been up for a while. And I just like pointing it out to folks because what people don't realize, when Ponce planted his flag in the ground and said, I claim this land for Spain, he thought he was standing on an island. So basically everything my feet are connected to, Spain owns. And it didn't take him very long to realize it wasn't an island, it was an entire continent. And the Spanish said, yes, that's exactly what we meant. We get the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it got, this big buffalo map that I refer to, the French give it credibility. It's like, these Florida all the way across it and right up to the Canadian border.
Wow.
So we tell folks all the time, it doesn't matter where you're from, you used to be a Floridian.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, Delaware, we're the first state.
That's right.
Hey, I know what's a big deal is the St. Augustine History Festival.
Yes.
That's coming up in May, right?
May 8th through the 12th.
Cool.
And it is getting bigger and bigger every year.
Awesome.
And what a lot of people don't fully grasp about the History Festival, it's not like the events held at Francis Field. There's no central location. What the University of Florida Historic St. Augustine is doing is they have all of these historic sites here in town. Let's get back to being about history. And so what we do is I've put together around 35 venues, and we've set up a website. And the idea is for between May 8th and May 12th, everybody do what you do best. You can't say, oh, let's theme it, around this era or this year, because maybe the lighthouse hadn't been built yet and things like that. So let's let these folks do what they do best. And during History Festival, come up with something just a little outside the box, something that you might have special demonstrations on one day during the festival. A Spanish military hospital, they have a duel in the street. They're on Avila Street.
Oh, wow, that's fun.
And one of their main Jose, one of their main reenactors, he understands that era's surgical skills and what it took to be a doctor and that kind of thing. And he will remove a bullet, and you think it's real. I mean, you're just like, I don't know how he did that. There's witchcraft involved. But I swear I just saw this guy's fingers move and a bullet get pulled out of his arm.
Wow.
It's amazing. So, I mean, everybody gets involved and does something special. We've added some new categories this year. We always have special events. So if for example, the city is flying a gentleman over from Spain, and he's going to give talks while he's here.
Okay.
We've had the Lighthouse bring someone in from the Smithsonian to give a talk. So if you have a special event that is just being held one time, then I put you in the special events category. Drake's Raid is a special event, and that kind of thing. But then we have about 15 participating venues, different historic houses, historic museums, the Lighthouse, the Castillo, and they're all involved. And then we've also added historic houses of worship, and historic gardens, and historic cemeteries.
I got to tell you, yesterday we had the Peña Beck ladies on. What an incredible story.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, that house is awesome. And how, it was a treasure of Spain that came over. That was his house. And then the Pecks built the second story on top of it.
Right.
So I can see, how important the whole piece of history. Are you always looking for new venues to sign up for something like this? Are you always welcoming, or is it something they've got to...
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The only thing that's difficult is there's so many people who want to be involved, but because there's not a central location, it's like, okay, you don't have a brick and mortar. And we're promoting the brick and mortars because of the effort that it takes to keep these things going.
Right.
But what I always tell them is contact the people at the brick and mortars and see if, on Thursday at noon, they would like to have your storytelling group come in, or if you'd like to have a table set up about the Gullah Geechee corridor.
Cool.
Or things like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I get emails and say, how, we really want to be involved. What's up? And I'm like, if you don't have a physical historic site, then it makes it harder, but there are ways to do it.
But you have grown this so astronomically over the years.
Really
awesome.
have. This is year 3.
Okay.
And we've doubled in size as far as participation goes. And the enthusiasm is just getting stronger and stronger.
Cool.
Yeah. It's right here in town. What we're trying to do actually is reach out to the locals. So I cannot tell you the number of conversations I've had just hanging out at the Historical Society in the last few years where people said, we don't come downtown anymore, but we wanted to see what this was all about.
Right. And it's special because it really is truly the heart of our town.
Yeah.
I love that.
And then it culminates on Saturday night with Drake's Raid and the reenactment marching up out of they come up out of the Historical Society oldest house grounds and then march down the street toward, and they have their fight. It's really cool. And then this year we're open. It'll be also some things going on Sunday for Mother's Day.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, good stuff. Thank you so much for giving us this great update and what's going on. How can people, do they need to get tickets for the School of the 16th Century? Do they need to get tickets for History Festival? Any shout out there?
No, it's much easier than that. Just on the 16th, if you want to come on Friday, it's regular admission to come into the Historical Society. And it'll be set up, but it won't be as full with the reenactors. More people are available on the weekends. So on Saturday, it's donations only. So you don't have to have reservations. You don't have to have tickets and things like that. Same thing with the History Festival. It's nothing you have to purchase tickets for or reservations or anything. It's just as I build the website leading up to it, just keep checking the website, and as the different venues give me, okay, this is what we're doing on this day and at this time and things like that, I'll get that on the website, and then people can see that and know where they want to go and where they want to be.
One of the great ways of getting around town is that Old Town Trolley as a trolley stop. It's so nice because then it's pop on, hop off, which is great.
Right.
Yeah. So that's a great convenience for everybody.
Yeah. This is our first year to have the alligator farm.
Oh, cool.
Involved. Yeah. Because what I asked them to look at was, we look at the history of the buildings and things like this. Let's talk about the history of tourism. When you look at the alligator farm and now, of course, the Fountain of Youth is a historic site where the city was founded, but also if you want to look at the history of tourism, oh my gosh, the things Walter Frazier did to be on the cutting edge of things that made people want to stop and come see your venue. It's a museum to how people used to vacation in Florida.
What an experience, too, that I think meets
Really,
people where they
it
are.
is.
It's really special.
I tell everybody it's the most beautiful 15 acres of property. And I'm going to have lunch with John Fraser this afternoon.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love Suzanne. She's in my spin class. I love her.
and where else can you get like 80 peacocks?
Right, exactly. So much fun. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming into the studio.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
Awesome. How about that, Pete?
Man, I love it, man. I'm just sitting here soaking all this stuff in, man.
Yeah, let's go to History Fest. That's going to be fun.
Yeah. And he's just such a great presenter of the information, too.
Yeah.
So I love it, man. Love having Roger in. Hey, speaking of history, Old Town Trolley, right?
Yes,
just talked about that. You guys just mentioned you can stop out there at the History Museum. But you can also sit back and relax as Old Town Trolley's licensed and talented tour conductors. They're going to share over 500 years of St. Augustine's history, the culture, the old world charm, while you experience the unforgettable views on their open air trolleys. Guests can enjoy the city's European flavor, the brick-lined streets, all that good stuff about downtown St. Augustine, the Fountain of Youth, the Castillo de San Marcos, Henry Flagler's former Ponce de Leon Hotel, all that good stuff. It's a really easy 90-minute tour, 22 stops, 100 points of interest. You can use your ticket all day for on and off boarding. You jump off on one spot, maybe the History Museum. You jump back on, then maybe you jump off at Bin 39. You jump back on and do the rest of your tour. It's easy and it's a whole lot of fun. The whole family loves it. Trolley ticket includes admission to the St. Augustine History Museum. Also some free shuttle services to a lot of area hotels. And access to the St. Augustine Beach bus shuttle service. They are Old Town Trolleys, the green trains, and we love them.
And for 45 years, All-American Air, the AC hero beyond compare. St. Augustine's savior, oh so cool. In St. John's, Flagler, Duval, and Putnam they rule. Warranty or not, they're the experts in line. From preventative care to installation so fine. Lennox Wonders, iComfort thermostats might. In HVAC, All-American shines bright. Customer for life, that's their pride. Match any price, but not quality. That's also the part of their guide. In Florida's heat, where we all sweat. They're the cool cats you'll never forget. Inspect your unit, don't be remiss. In hot and humid, don't dismiss. 45 years, they've been the best. All-American Air, on team, you can rest. Filters gone gray, it's time to sway. To All-American Air, give them a call today. 904-461-0070. Let them steer your HVAC journey without any fear. All-American Air, a name to revere in St. Augustine for over 45 years. Quality and service, that's their only theme. Visit allamericanac.com. It's not just a dream.
Wow. All right. Here I go into not rhyming. Bin 39.
Yeah!
Where you'll find your new favorite wine.
Woo!
That's all I've got as far as rhyme.
It works.
I can't do this all the time. Oh, boy. They're open from 8 to 8. They're on the Orange Street side of St. George Street. Pop in and hang with friends, relax, laugh, enjoy your day, enjoy your weekend. Go out there this weekend. The weather right now is perfect for Bin 39 and to enjoy some friends and family out there. So go down there, check them out. Let Irving introduce you to some new wines you may never have experienced before. I guarantee, even if you're a wine snob, like Irving has stuff out there that you have never tried before. I promise you that.
True.
Because he just scours the globe for the best of the best. And you will really enjoy your time down there. Like I said, they're open 8 to 8. They're going to have live music on the patio over the weekend. It's going to be a good time. Give them a call. Figure out what you can expect going down there. 904-827-5740. All right, man. It is horoscope time.
Ooh.
We get to see how much worse my weekend can possibly get right now. With Capricorn and Pisces on deck. Let's roll the music, Blake, and get this going, man. All right, there we go. I can hear the music from here.
Oh, nice.
Capricorn, you love to climb the ladders of success, but today you'll find yourself stuck on the help I can't reach the next step rung.
Ah, dang
Oh,
it.
all right.
Oh,
All right.
gee.
Pisces, here we go. Dream big, Pisces, because today, even your mundane dreams, like doing laundry, will somehow go hilariously wrong.
Oh,
That's great. That's what I need, is the washing machine to break again. That
No.
would be wonderful.
not good.
All right.
Hey, but I got some
All right,
events on
moving on.
deck. Yeah, I got some events.
All
so
right, let's do it.
the lab, you know our buddies over at the lab, they're
Yeah, I
doing
was just
Oh.
there recently. Great setup out there.
Really? So I heard they made it way more open, right?
Super impressive. Yeah.
Cool. Well, they're hosting a headshot and happy hour night for the public, so everybody can come and check out this incredible space. Come by Friday for lab night, starting at 5:30 this week for headshot happy hour. Photos start at 6:30, and you get a photo from their team and use their setup for your own camera. Oh, cool. Come by and see the space and have a drink and get a headshot. Free entry at the door. This is the lab. This is over, what is it, off of King Street. That's going to be tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Hey,
that's going to be a great opportunity for people.
Oh yeah, they're doing some great stuff. I love it's innovative, it's different, and people need content and media, and that's the place to go.
And I'll tell you, they're not just people who like popped up a studio and said, "Hey, look, we're professionals." I mean, RJ travels the globe doing these type of things on the absolute highest levels imaginable. I mean, he does work for like Reuters and NBC and just the massive network. They hire RJ, and he's right here in town, offering these high level professional services to us, which is really cool. I mean, just the guy's talent is super impressive.
Yeah, 100%. Hey, I heard from our friends over at Matanzas Riverkeeper. They need volunteers, so this is a big call to action. Join the litter getter for public trips on February 22nd, March 26th, and April 23rd. Attention eco warriors, your call for action has been heard loud and clear. Join us in our quest to preserve the health of our precious estuary. We're excited to announce 3 upcoming dates of public litter getter trips this quarter. That's basically you get on this really cool boat and you clean up some of our waterways. Have you done this yet?
Yes, I have.
It's awesome.
It's a very eye-opening trip. Yeah.
Yeah, we did it for Rotary, and it was a really cool experience.
Yeah.
Hey, Paint a Pint is coming up with Orange Grove Pottery Studio. This is happening February 9th, so tonight, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. It's $40. This includes 1 ceramic item to paint and a free drink from Ancient City Brewery. Pick up your pint on February 12th or after so they can dry, but it's going to be a kind of like a fun thing. You paint a pint while you enjoy a pint. So bring your galantines or girlies or your sweetheart to Paint a Pint at Ancient City Brewing. They will also have small trinket dishes, stemless wine glasses available to paint. So when you're done, Orange Grove Pottery Studio collects the ceramic items and takes them back to their studio to clear, safe coat, and fire them again, making them food safe and ready for use. So that's kind of a cool thing. You can walk away with a great piece of artwork that you created with you and your friends.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. If I'm doing it, it's not going to be a great piece of artwork, but if you are, I'm sure it will be a great piece of artwork.
All art is subjective.
Yeah, well, you haven't seen my artwork yet. But, hey, our friends at Panache will turn you into a work of art no matter what the occasion. You got to stop into Panache. They will make you feel special. They'll make you look special. They've been doing that since 1987. They have a carefully chosen and highly trained staff there to always exceed your expectations. Same goes for their elegant salon space. It's really, really impressive. You get transported into a different world when you step in that salon. They are dedicated to guest comfort and devoted. I almost did it again. Devotivated. I don't know why.
It's a great word.
Devotivated. To innovation and artistry. They're focused on making your day and continually raising the bar, and they're doing that all the time. They also align with Aveda's mission of ethical and sustainable business practices, and they share their exceptional standards of quality products, treatments, and guest care. Go to getpanache.com, sign up for some of their services, see what they can do to make you feel better today.
Hey, join the fun. Be a star the United Way, no matter who you are. This is a big shout out from the United Way, coming from the Ring Power team. Their awesome team members went the extra mile the other day in their annual employee giving campaign, raising an impressive, wait for this, Pete, ready? $172,000. This is an incredible donation, I know, presented earlier this week, and will make a huge difference in life-saving efforts for the American Heart Association, American Cancer Society, and of course, the United Way. These funds will truly impact countless lives by supporting research, education, and community assistance. A massive thank you to the entire team over there at Ring Power for their immense kindness and thoughtfulness. You are the heart and soul of our community. That is amazing. Stepping up and stepping out for some great organizations, especially our loves over at the United Way of St. John's. They need volunteers. They need your help. So go to unitedway-sjc.org.
Awesome. Very cool. Davey, great show today. Thank you for, I know we had to do a real quick pivot to get Roger in studio here. So appreciate you making that happen. What a great conversation with Roger.
Yeah.
Thank you, Blake, for pressing all the buttons. Thank you to everybody out there for putting up with me and my sick self this week. Hopefully I'll be back in studio next week and we could do this. We could do these shows like we're supposed to do them. Hope everybody has a great weekend and we'll talk to you again soon.
Go Chiefs! Yay!